everyone. Today we want to continue the subject that we stopped in the last video, which was about the cells. And today we're gonna to have some more details about the cells and also cell life cycle. Yes.
Hello everyone, we're gonna continue from where we stopped in the last video, and we want to start with the exercise and solve it with each other. In this exercise we can learn new roots and the meaning. So, the first one is phagocyte. What's the meaning of phagocyte? Phagocyte means cell that ingest waste. So, the first one is D. But phago is the root, that means the eat or ingest, and cyte also is the root, that means the cell. So phagocyte means the cell that eat or ingest the waste. We have a process in our body that we call it phagocytosis. Do you heard about the phagocytosis?
Yes, of course. But I want to hear more about it from you.
Phagocytosis is the process that happens in our body, and the cells, especially our immune cells, eat and ingest the foreign molecules and the pathogens also with the plasma membrane.
Yes. And also this action happens with the endocytes.
Endocytosis
Yes,
also.
endocytes.
For example, this is a cell and this is the pathogen. Phagocytosis happen like this. The plasma membrane of the cell surrounded the pathogen, and after that it will be eaten and ingest. It's the process that we call it phagocytosis. The next one is histogenesis. As I told you in the last video, gen is the root, that means the origin or formation. So, which one is the answer for histogenesis? C is formation of the tissue. I told you in the last video that hist means tissue. What's the meaning of histology, Melika?
It means, for example, studying the things about the tissue.
Of course.
More details about the tissues.
That's great. Hist means the tissue. The next one is leukoblast. Loco refers to the leukocyte and means the white blood cells, and blast is the root, that means the immature cell. Which one is the answer? E is the answer, immature white blood cell. The next one is genetic, that it is the science.
Yes. And also about this, I want to add that we have something, for example, blastocyte.
Yes,
which
of course.
During the immunology, we see this term very much, especially in the books, which blast means immature and cyte means cell. So blastocyte is immature cell, which is gonna to implant during the implantation in the womb and other process. So
they are kind of stem cells.
Yes, kind of accumulation of the stem cells, which we have blastocytes.
Thank you. And the next one is genetic, that it is the science and means the study of heredity. It's B. And the last one is hypertrophy. Trophy is the root, that means the formation or development. And hyper also. Hyper means increase.
Yes,
so hypertrophy is overdevelopment of tissue. So it is A. I want to say you about the two words here. The first word is hypertrophy and the next one is atrophy. As I told you, hyper is the prefix that added to the root. Hypertrophy means increase in the size of the cell or body organ or tissue also. And atrophy is the prefix that means a decrease and means the decrease in the size of the cell, body tissue, and body organs also. So
I want to continue this exercise here, the rest of it that we wrote here, which the first one is neoplasia, which you should find the answer here. First of all, when you are seeing this video, when we are asking, you can pause the video, then think and answer yourself in your homes. Then you can continue and see the answer and also learn. They are very important key terms. So, neoplasia means new formation of the tissue. Neoplasia, new formation of the tissue. So, the first one is D. The answer is D. Next one we have gonadotropy. Gonadotropy. Here there are also the answers we must find. Let's see. Here we have substance that acts on the sex glands. The answer is number C. Why? Because here trop, it means act on. And also we have here gonad. This usually refers to sexual things. We have gonad, which means sex glands. You should know this. The next one, we have aplasia. Aplasia. We should find the answer. As my friend told you, a means decrease or lack of something. So here, aplasia, we should look for something which is lack of something. Lack of what? Lack of development. Plasia means development. So the answer for this one, it must be here, E. Aplasia means
lack of development. Can I add something?
Yes.
So, as you see here, plus is the root. And here also plus is the root. That means the formation or development. And we heard about the metaplasia, hyperplasia, hypoplasia. These are three words that I want to explain a little about them. Hyperplasia means increase in the number of cells or body tissues or organs. In the number. Neoplasia.
Abnormal.
Abnormal.
Not normal.
Yes, it is kind of pathological problems. And neoplasia, as my friend said, is new formation of tissue. You can see it new. Neoplasia means new formation of tissue. And hypoplasia. Hypo means decrease. Decrease in the number of the cells. And it is also abnormal.
Yes. Hypo means opposite of hyper.
Inadequate number of cells. So.
Next one is somatic. Somatic, it means that it is pertaining to the body. Also, you maybe heard it's a lot in the books. We have, for example, somatic cells, which they are body cells. For example, somatic cells in the somatic cells of the skin, which in each
and they have 46 chromosomes.
Yes,
in
46.
genetic, we remind that somatic cells
in humans They usually, in normal situation, they have 46 chromosome or 23 pairs.
And their division is with the mitosis also.
Yes, with mitosis. Number 10, it is written chromophilic. Chromophilic. Phil means like, means attract something. And chromo is related to the color. So it means attracting the color. It is A. And also about this term, we have in the microbiology, it is also related to some special groups of the bacteria, which they are called chromophilic. It means that they like the color. During the gram staining for determination of the structure, the details about the bacteria, these groups, they attract the color.
And shows the color in the microscope also,
Yes,
and we can distinguish them from their special colors.
They look like colorful under the microscope. And also we have another group.
Thermophilic.
Yes, exactly. Thermo means
temperature.
Temperature.
They like temperature, so they can live in the high temperatures.
Yes. And also about this, we have hydrophilic
and hydrophobic,
especially in the cell membrane.
Yes, in the plasma membrane of every cell we have phospholipids.
Yes, phospholipids. They are very important structures. They are
like this one.
Yes. They have
two different parts.
Which one part is hydrophobic. It means that they don't like. They are not attracting the water. Hydro means water. Hydrophobic means no. They don't.
So hydrophobic and philic are the opposites of each other.
Yes.
So this is hydrophobic. The tails of the phospholipids in the plasma membrane are hydrophobic. So they don't like the water. They don't attract the water.
Yes.
But here, this part is hydrophilic.
And this is very important structure. Maybe you will think that why? It must have two sides, one hydrophobic, one hydrophilic. So what is the advantage? The advantage is this mechanism can control the amount of water that they are come inside the cell and also go out of the cells. It is help and regulate this mechanism. It is very, very important that here we have also hydrophobic and hydrophilic.
And another one is the little point that plasma membrane is semi-permeable to the amounts of materials.
Especially small one, and water can cross from the cell membrane very easily.
And we have
about other
channels and proteins, and we will discuss about them in the physiology part.
Physiology.
So now I want to talk about the four words here with each other, and we're gonna talk about the root, that means the fat or lipid or glucose in the body system or in the cell. The first one is asteatosis. That the root is astet, that means the fatty. The second one is lipoma. That lip is the root, that means the lipid or fat. And the third one is hyperglycemia. That means the root is glyco, that means the glucose or sugar, and hyperglycemia means high levels of sugars in the blood, and it's the disease that we can discuss about it in the pathology part. And the last one is glycolytic, that the root is gluco, that refers to the glucose.
Here I want to talk about shortly but some main points. about the cell life cycle. Cell life cycle, it divides to the two main phases, which they are interphase and mitotic or cell division phase, which I want to
And as
show
you know, interphase is the major part of the
Yes,
cell cycle.
it start from here, contains also G1. Look, imagine this, this cell life cycle look like the pizza. And the most important and largest part, it belongs to the
Interphase.
Interphase. That's why here we wrote interphase. It means that this large part. What about this? Here it is mitotic phase or cell division.
So in interphase we don't have any cell division. Yes?
No, we don't have.
We don't
In the
have any.
interphase, generally, I'm starting to explain, the cells are preparing, growing, and preparing for replication.
They are prepared for the
DNA
cell division.
DNA replication and then cell division.
So,
Here, I want to start with G1. Here we have three main subphases that they are belong to the interphase. Which here, this is G1 or gap 1. Here we have cell growth, protein synthesis, cell metabolism, and normal and usual activities of the cell. Then, after that, we have S subphase.
1 minute.
Yes.
In G1, the cellular components also duplicate, but DNA does not duplicate.
Yes.
But other cellular components, for example, mitochondria, and also they are duplicated in this phase.
Yes. Then we have DNA synthesis, which belongs to the S subphase. Do you want to add something?
No, that's good.
So I go to the next phase, which it is G2, which here enzymes are synthesis for the DNA replication, and also here we have the complication of the copy of the centrioles, because the centrioles, they have important role in cell division. Because after that we're gonna to
Start the cell division that we can call it meiosis and mitosis also.
meiosis and mitosis. Mitosis usually refers to the somatic cells, which my friend said at the beginning of this video. I don't want to make more details. And after that, we have cytokinesis, which they are separation of the cell. They are separate from each other.
And
Yes.
one another part is that mitosis and meiosis are the nucleus division, and cytokinesis is the cytoplasm division. Don't mistake with each other. Mitosis and meiosis are nucleus division, and cytokinase are cytoplasm division.
But also we have another part. Some cells, after this cycle, they will enter to another, which we call G0 or GO.
we have some cells in our
Yes.
body that are living normally, and they
They
are
have growth.
they
have
are in the
metabolism.
G1 phase.
Yes.
So they want to start the S phase, but they cannot because in our living cells we have two special cells, nerve cell and muscle cells, that they do not divide anymore, and they started the G0 phase.
Yes. This is
They can
usual,
grow.
We can say we can say it is always, but also maybe you have some questions that if the muscle cells can't divide, so why, for example, when we have some injury, how it can be good and we don't have some lack of something or space in our hand, for example, if we cut our muscles. This is also refers that they cannot divide, make new cells, but they can repair. And also for injuries, especially in muscles and tissues, we have also another mechanism which called scar tissue, which is our connective tissue that it fills this injury. So they cannot divide, but they can repair. The body can repair this injury. That's why most of the injuries where you are, for example, cutting the finger, you in most of the situation you will be see that after healing there are some lines which they are look like whiter than before. It's called scar tissue, which they are connective tissue filling. So, but also I want to mention another important thing, that we have some checkpoints of the cells, which the first one here it is at the end of the gap 1 or G1, which this G1 checkpoint is
And they are
checking
proteins.
Yes, this one is checking the cell size before
Entering the S
yes.
phase.
And then here we have another major checkpoint, which it controls the DNA replication.
To want to start the division, and the last one here we have M checkpoint that they control the nucleus division because they want to start the cytoplasm division. So today's subject finished, and so many thanks for listening and being with us. We will continue in the next video about the physiology, and we're gonna discuss about it more than here.
Yes, don't forget to watch more, learn more, and continue to adding knowledge and information in your life.